Alright guys, so this video is going to be a little different than you're used to, I think. So this is kind of like an after scene or after filming kind of video. We're just going to kind of take a look at the lab and the state it's in and the mess I made. And we're also going to talk about like installing a shelf so I can put my MacBook somewhere. So yeah, let's just go and take a look around. So we have a huge mess of cables. I've still got to find some time to get these routed more correctly instead of off to the side. And I need shorter cables, or Cat6 cables for my 10 gig switch. And I need to clean this up a little bit. It's been like that for a while now. And there's some Cat6 cables, and that cable needs to be tucked away. I've got a GPU just sitting here. That's actually the rendering GPU for the rendering server. And then there is, I know it's like impossible to tell because of glare, but in there is a 10 gig NIC from Aquantia that I made a video about that before. And then I got a bunch of stuff on my desk. Now normally my laptop sits right there where the Xbox controller is, and as you can tell, it can kind of get pretty cluttered here with all the stuff on my desk. So I really want to have something here where I can connect or dock my laptop basically, so I can edit on my ultra wide. Most of the time I just plug it in from the rear and that's fine, but it's becoming really messy. So that's one thing to look at, and here's a bunch of stuff I just shoved off out of the way when making my most recent video. And in case you're wondering what kind of shelf I'm going to use, it's actually going to be this. So this is from Oeveo, I don't remember the name, I don't have the box in front of me. It comes with some screws, and what's actually funny about this is that these screws are just a little too long, but I think that if we stick them in here like this, that might give it enough space, maybe, but I doubt it. Oh, well, that screw's gone forever. So I kind of have these plastic washers from my rack mounting kit that I might use to space out where the screws go in a little bit. I was also thinking of maybe just using the spaces here, but we'll see. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the camera down and kind of record, I guess, screwing it in. I don't know if that'll be interesting or not, but we need to do some cable management and other things with that. So be right back. Okay, so what I did was actually used this little piece of metal here as a spacer on this entire side, and there's also one on the rear side. And then I put those little plastic spacers right here to kind of like even things out. And the reason for that is because I wanted to leave a gap back here so my laptop could actually slide underneath that bar there that goes all the way across. And I'll show you why. And so I thought that would be a good idea because normally if I were to slide the laptop in, it would hit that bar and kind of just hang over the edge a little bit like that, which isn't necessarily a problem, but I didn't really like that it hung out too much. So I can actually slide this a little bit further back and, you know, make it right in line or just kind of set it like that, whatever the case is. And I never have to worry about actually hitting my laptop back there. So it's like leaves just the perfect amount of space for my laptop. Like literally it's perfect. And I didn't pre-measure this or anything, so that's pretty damn good luck. And then I think what I'm going to do is somehow hang some wires back here or something, specifically that cable, so I can dock it. And then, you know, I have easy access to these ports and I don't have cables just all over my desk all of the time like I normally do right now. So now this isn't the best docking procedure per se because, you know, I will have to reach up under my desk to grab this cable, which I'm not sure how it'll look. I'll probably have it pinned somehow like that and I can just reach back here and plug it in. And I have a bunch of cable management stuff for that, but it'll probably look almost exactly like the way it does now. And then I'll just do something with this big mess of cable. So you can kind of ignore this because that goes in my second monitor, and this is a cable from my second monitor. It normally doesn't look like that. Normally you just see, well, there's 3 cables here. Normally you just see this one cable and then the one Ethernet cable that go up. And it's really hard to see the rest of these cables unless you're actually down here. And I need to clean these up a little bit more, maybe route them a little bit better. Oh, I actually forgot. So I already have one of these shelf things for my UPS, which is mounted underneath my desk. And it's pretty cool because now all of the, you know, big bunches of cable is kind of tucked away back here. And I've got like my power supplies glued up there. Actually, it's not glued, but has a Velcro up there. So everything's like nice and managed for the most part. Obviously, there's still some work that needs to be done. But we have plenty of room for more cable management or other things back here. And now, I actually didn't think about this, but I'm a little bit worried about the heat. I think this thing is going to do a pretty rough job, or a good job of keeping heat trapped in here. Maybe not. It's probably about 2 inches maybe of space. But the fans have like no breathing room. Maybe this like piece of steel will act as a giant heat sink and dissipate the heat away from the laptop. I should really look at that in the future. So we just picked up this Cat 6 cable as well off of Amazon. Cable Matter seems to have always been pretty lucky for me. I haven't had any issues with any of their cables. But we need to run one more so I can actually have Ethernet run to this instead of using Wi-Fi, which will be really nice to have. Not that I have an Ethernet issue because I actually have Ubiquity's AC Pro over there and it runs really well, but sometimes it's just nice to have an Ethernet cable where I can have constant, have constant bandwidth versus anything that fluctuates or any interference. So it's like 25 feet. So I'm gonna like run it along over there. I'm not sure if I'm gonna show you guys all that part because all of that needs to be cable managed, and this will turn into like an hour-long video if I just sit here and record myself doing cable management. And personally, I don't think it's really that interesting. So I don't know, maybe this video spurred some ideas as far as like doing some under desk management of sorts where you could dock like a computer or, you know, use those shelving units for any small form factor computers that you want to have at your desk. I'm very shaky right now. I'm so sorry. Let's see if I use both hands. So anyway, I don't know. It's just a little video. I wasn't really planning on doing anything too spectacular because there really isn't much to do at this point since we just finished filming yesterday night. Like I think I wrapped up around like 2 or 3 a.m. and then started editing that video to get it posted the next morning as quickly as possible. So anyway, as always guys, I really appreciate y'all's time and you guys watching my videos. So on that note, I guess I'll see you next time. Peace.